All right, everyone, I lied. Let's go ahead and bring you the Vampirella. Then we got Purgatory, and then we got Armageddon. So we'll be doing Armageddon in April now. Maybe sooner. All right, here we go. Vampirella.com. Remember, this was the .com boom. And looking for Mr. Goodwin. Jeff Loeb. Okay. Tim Sale, also. Richard Starkins at Comic Crafts, Wes Abbott. J.D. Smith. Oh, wow. All right, so I actually kind of want to read this, since this is Jeff Loeb. The thing that interests me the most about the character of Vampirella is that she embodies, pun intended, both the dangerous and innocent side of a female hero. I think that's why she's lasted as an icon for the genre for about 30 years, much longer now. She had a difference from other bad girls in that you cared about her and her plight, but she also had this outrageous costume that brings to mind the line from Jessica Rabbit. I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. Exactly. Tim and I chose this particular story as a tribute to our hero and friend Archie Goodwin, who passed away last year. He was larger than any superhero could ever be, confined in a body that could not, in the end, bear that much magic. Tim Sale, artist. I grew up reading the black and white Vampirella stories by Archie Goodwin, which we will go back into at some point, and consider it an honor and privilege to work on Vampirella and to continue the legacy. Jonathan D. Smith, colorist. The history of the girl from Draculon has been distinguished with talents of Jose Gonzalez and Frank Frazetta, yes, among others. Now in the 90s, to have the opportunity to continue in some small way to her enduring legacy is exciting. For some, turning 30 can be a difficult experience, but not for Vampirella. She's aged well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the next 30 years have in store for this ageless beauty. It was a human night in the city. October in New York was as indifferent as a woman. Surprisingly hot and then suddenly cold for no apparent reason. Tap, tap, tap. Creak! I heard the brass hinges of the elevator gate and the distinctive click-clack of her high-heeled shoes long before she ever opened my office door. I'm looking for Mr. Goodwin. I'm Mr. Goodwin. I need your help, Mr. Goodwin. Her voice smooth and velvety like a good bourbon, no ice. It seemed unlikely, but I was sure she was naked under the coat, wearing only a pair of high patent leather boots which disappeared up her shapely legs. Her perfume curled into the room like smoke, both alluring and dangerous, not unlike the woman who wore it. And if I knew what brimstone smelled like, I'd bet you that was it. Help. I need a writer of your caliber. One with both the wit and gentleness to capture the human condition, to tell my story. I'm sure there are others who could help you, miss. I want you. As intriguing as it might have been, I told her I couldn't help her. I had already too much work, too many other clients, and too many deadlines. It wasn't unusual that someone would call or drop by to hire my services, and I was lucky enough to be able to pick and choose the projects I wanted. Yet somehow I didn't think this was a project that I could pick or choose. As much as I suspected, it had chosen and picked me. In the weeks that followed, I couldn't get her off my mind. Deadlines came and went. Nothing held my interest the way she did. Was it possible that I was being haunted by her memory? Screech! I didn't even know how to get in touch with her. I didn't even know her name. And then, Halloween night. I didn't know how this would end, only that I wanted it to end. A nice, clean ending. As a writer, no one could appreciate that more. I want to try that again. I didn't like that. A nice, clean ending. And as a writer, no one could appreciate that more. Mr. Goodwin, that voice! I want you. Wow. Who wouldn't? I couldn't let you go. You were right, of course, that there are others who could tell my story. And perhaps someday others will. But someone needs to lay a foundation. Thanks to the likes of Bram Stoker and Bela Lugosi, my kind are perceived as a frightening and destructive lot. If I were as, excuse me, it was as if I were a man in a lifeboat. The ocean swirled around me like a thick black tornado. There would be no escape. Show them there is more to me than I appear to be. Stoker, show them all, Mr. Goodwin. There would be other stories, other work that would fill out my day as though nothing had changed. Tap, 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 tap. And through the years, there'd be colleagues and critics alike who would ask why I ever touched the subject matter. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. But when the moon was full and the music of the night filled my ears, I was compelled to work on her stories. Tap, tap, tap. Draculon, can't we come up with something better than that? All I knew was, long after I'm gone, the stories would remain behind. Vampirella would remain a legend, just as she intended. Oh, that was a great story. The celebration continues next issue with Sanctuary. A story of lust and love featuring the talents of Christopher Priest, Alan Davis, Mark Farmer, and Dean White. Here we go. Man. Wish they still had that darn calendar. Not that I mind the Sports Illustrated ladies, but I would like to have some heavy metal babes again on my wall. And there's a nice Vampirella calendar, too. And there's Louis Royo. That'd be great to have, too. They need to bring these calendars back. I'd pay the $12.95. Vampirella and Rebirth, Part 1. Now, here's the actual story. That was just a tribute. David Conway and Stephen Grant, Patrick Zurcher, Gary Martin and Michael Baer, and then you have Dean White as the colorist, and Dan Sarcini of Kello Graphics as the letterer, and Kello Graphics as the film output, Nicole Wiley and Joanne Starr as the editorial assistants, and David Bogart as the main editor. Returning to Earth after a long, hard struggle in the vampire realm Draculon, Vampirella has found that the Sisterhood of Vampire-hunting nuns who once championed her cause has been changed into a new, highly evolved race of the very creatures they once swore to destroy. Now the nuns have Vampy trapped, and her young vampire friend Lorelei can't seem to decide where her own loyalties lie. Cornered, chained, and with no apparent way to escape, Vampirella uses the sisters' own last resort weapon against them, the Lux Dominus. But at what cost? Her own energy is depleted, her allies are gone, and the vampires she has yet to face are no longer responsive to traditional weapons. Now with these creatures threatening the lives of humans everywhere, Vampy and Lorelei are left to wonder what the future holds for their enemies, their mission, and themselves. The Black Pope is dead! The Anti-Vatican is gone forever! The vampire as we knew it is all but eradicated on this earth! This is the dawn of the new order! It is your privilege to be its first victim. This is our time! We are the Church of the Resurrection now, and death can no longer hold us! This is Judgment Day, and we shall judge! Don't fall asleep out there, Lorelei. The sun'll be up in a few hours. So, you know it can't hurt me any more than you. Maybe I'll get myself a tan before we blow this convent. I'm hot to see what Earth has to offer. Did you know they actually freeze blood here? Great little innovation. The Sisterhood whipped those up so I wouldn't starve to death. It's not common, trust me. Still, I can't believe they're all gone. Relax, it says here a whole new look can give you a whole new outlook. Maybe you should try it. The grunge look is so 1994. And that magazine's almost as old, so don't think you're a fashion guru yet. Still, you might have a point. The Sisterhood's wardrobe options seem kind of limited. Cool art, though. Tech, even cooler. I ever tell you I was into tech back when Draculon had it? Some kind of gun, not exactly what I'd call a religious relic. What do you think it's supposed to do? Kill vampires. That's what everything here is made for. Wow, where'd you find that? A storage locker. What can I say? Great art is timeless. Now that's the Vampy we remember. I wore this when I first came to Earth, when I hunted vampires. That mission's over, but this costume still feels like me. Know what I mean? I wouldn't mind doing something that didn't revolve around death for a... Oh, hold on. We're going to try this again. Not really. It's a relic of a simpler time, okay? Before I got turned into a killing machine. I wouldn't mind doing something that didn't revolve around death for a... Yeah! Vampy, what's wrong? What the hell was that? You saw it too? Saw it. It really hurt. It's like you threw it at me right out of your head. How did you do that? Hey, there's danger coming. Excuse me. There's danger coming. Something I somehow caused. Somehow I've got to stop it. Vampy, where are we going? Vampy! I saw this place in my visions. A church? These people, what happened to them? Can't you feel it, Lorelei? A sense of something really evil. You think that's bad? Check this. Excuse me. Gonna try that again. You think that's bad? Check this out. What kind of sick bastard would do something like this? And why does it keep coming back to me? I got a really bad feeling about this. Lorelei, let's get out of here now. I need some time to figure out what all this means. Hey, look what I found. Looks like someone left breakfast for us. Rip. Ow! Out of here. We gotta get out of here before they wake up. Excuse me, before they wake up. Get a grip. They're just corpses. They can't hurt you. Can they? These are no ordinary corpses. That thing's bloated with Black Sun energy. But we destroyed the Black Sun back on Draculon. What? By scattering the energy across the universe, looks like some made it here. Please. You don't know what they can do. Get us out of here. You heard the man, Lorelei. Fly! Do it. I can't save you both. No, get them off. Vampy, I can't hold on to him. I can't. I'm burning. Help me. Hang on, I've got you. I can't feel my body. It's like they sucked the strength right out of it. It could have been worse. What's going on, Vampy? What are those things? They're vampires. Everything's changed. There are no rules anymore. I don't know what to do. Bang! So you don't know what to do, Vampirella, helpless and running scared? Now you know what it means to be prey, to live in constant fear and unspeakable pain. Welcome home, to be continued. Back from the future with twice the thrills, Vampirella is back and she's manga styling. Vampirella Manga 3000, available only in this limited ashcan format. Do we have the Vampirella manga? I don't know. We might be able to do that one. Like, I don't know. Maybe we could do that as a bonus comic. We'll see. All right. Greetings from Harris. If you spent last month desperately flipping through Vampy 17 looking for that issue's blood type, do not despair. Your book wasn't missing a page. We were just taking a break. After all, there's a lot going on around here nowadays. For one, we've been busy putting together an incredible new Scarlet Legion package. See the ad in this issue to learn how to get yours. Working on the new website. Preparing for the Chicago Comic Con, thanks to all of you who stopped by to say hi. And getting ready to bring you the most amazing issues of Vampirella ever to grace the shelves. But the biggest challenge, of course, was pulling ourselves away from all the mail and fan art that's been pulling in. Oh, I like that one. Of course, there's, several different styles. Oh, that panther looks nice. Of course, there's that one, too. That looks nice. Oh, I like that one. Wow, man, this takes me freaking back. Being the suckers that we are, we like to give back some of the overwhelming support we get from our readers, whether it be from printing your creative efforts or plugging your websites. High on our current hit list is Paul Hagwood's ingenious virtual Vampy paper doll. That's www.geocities.com. My God, that brought me back. Vamp fan. There, courtesy of Paul's wild imagination, you'll find some of the most outrageous Vampy get-ups imaginable. And for more Vampy cyber art, check out the website of Stephen Sampson of East Sussex, England at www.canon99.freeserve.co.uk. Wow. Oh, somebody did a poem. That is nice. Stephen Sampson's website sports some serious Vampy. Wow, yeah, that's good. Vampy Dress Up. Paul Hagwood's virtual paper doll site is a blast. Oh, those are pretty cool. Let's see. Next month, who is she? Find out the story behind this new captivating character in Vampirella 19, featuring more astounding artwork from Patrick Zurcher and Dean White, and the continuation of David Conway's scrumptious script. Monthly 19 also includes another incredible backup story in honor of Vampy's 30th anniversary, scintillatingly scripted by Christopher Priest and featuring the artwork of Dean White and Mark Farmer. You don't want to miss this. There's the Scarlet Legion, 1995 now. Okay, so this is what you get in the new package. The Vampirella 30th Anniversary Limited Preview Edition, the Vampirella Monthly Limited Ashcan, previewing the newest Vampirella story arc, Vampirella mini poster by Gary Frank, Vampirella Scarlet Legion button, Vampirella 8x10 model photo, a holochrome collector's card, 4 quarterly issues of Vampirella Scarlet Letters, the official newsletter of the Scarlet Legion, and Vampirella Scarlet Legion membership card. You also get exclusive Vampirella comics and merchandise available nowhere else. It was $20. Vampirella collectibles. Too hot to handle, too cool to lose. These Vampirella goodies are a must for every fan. One of a kind, each sketch is different. Isn't that cool? Set includes Vampy versus Nyx Chromium. Julie Loves You, limited sign Julie Strain covers. Those are cool, yeah. Happy birthday, Vampy. Rebirth #1, Tim Sale alternate. We did get to see a little bit of that, but it was kind of blurry. $35 or more, and you get the Rebirth Ash Can for free. All right. So we're not going to go through all that crap the next time because we have more issues of this. Celebrate Comics' coolest cat with these perfect collectibles. Of course, they have the photo editions, $10 each. The Year of the Cat sketch set, $30. Original one-of-a-kind Panther sketch, signed and numbered, certificate of authenticity, limited to 100 copies. And the limited edition covers by Tex. They're both $10. $35 or more, you get the Panther Ash Can. I feel like I'm selling something here that you can't buy anymore. Okay, 2 of 3, 36. It's another 36 issues. It's 36 pages, guys. Oh, wow. $149. Well, I'd like to have one. I don't know where I'd find room for it over here on the bookshelf. It's full of stuff. Mostly Japanese stuff, but it would be nice to have one. Canadians have to pay an extra $5. And the foreigners, man, you have to pay extra $10. All right, in Sanctuary. So this is the 30th anniversary. This is not the Rebirth story. I know that kind of sucks that, you guys probably wanted Rebirth 1, 2, and 3 like we did with Eva Ernie, but that's not the way they have it in the book. So blame them, not me. I didn't do it like that. They did. Christopher Priest, writer. I've been a Vampirella fan since I was a teenager and was surprised and honored when David approached me about doing a job for the book. I tend to write characters inside out, so having the opportunity to delve into Vampirella's head was an interesting change of pace for me. We pitched a few ideas back and forth, and the one that resonated for me was a simple survival story, one that would test Vampirella's convictions under tough circumstances. The decision to make it a pantomime story, I believe, came out of discussions with David and Alan Davis, whom I'd never had the pleasure of working with before. I think they were both concerned that I'd do a writer's story jam with too much dialogue and captions and the like. After a couple of rounds, we got our feet on solid ground, and I worked on the silent tale along with generous and helpful cues from David. Ultimately, Alan made some storytelling changes which greatly enhanced the piece, and a good time was had by all concerned. I'm honored and thrilled to be included in this volume. Alan Davis. Vampirella is a character from my youth who is really unique, and you can't resist the opportunity to draw her when it arises, especially when it's David Bogart asking, because he's one of the nicest guys in comics. It was especially nice when Christopher Priest suggested the idea of a silent story, because this meant it was also a challenge, an experiment in storytelling. I had a great time working on it. It's hard work, but an awful lot of fun. Mark Farmer. The list of writers and artists who have worked on Vampirella over the years read like a who's who on quality and style. They do. Therefore, when the chance to join such hallowed company was presented to Alan and myself, we didn't hesitate in accepting the offer. Not only was it an excuse to draw the original Babe without resorting to the more obvious temptations of good girl art, I still don't know if she uses double-sided tape to keep her costume in place, but also a story uncluttered by the presence of word balloons. Who could resist? Clearly not us. It was a fun job, and I only hope the editorial staff bear us in mind when they decide to publish another word-free story. Perhaps this time we can persuade them to go all the way and print in black and white as well. And Dean White, colorist. While I have colored Vampirella for the past year and a half, I consider working with Christopher Allen and Mark a highlight of my career. I am glad to be in such company celebrating Vampy's 30th anniversary. So yeah, this doesn't have any text. And we're going to go through it nice and slow. We won't go through it fast. Rack. Ash. Rack. Cha-chow, cha-chow. Cha-chow, chow, chow, chow. Shut. Good. Okay. The party's almost over. Vampirella's 30th anniversary celebration concludes next month with Lust for Life by Templeton and Bruce Timm. Yes! Gonna see that wonderful Bruce Timm art that we all know and love. Okay. Rebirth, Part 2. We know. Night in New York City. What the hell? What's been going on here? Dixie Fatoni. If Vampy's costume is here, that means she somehow made it back from Draculon. But where are you? What's happened to you? When vampires destroyed my family, you were there for me. I couldn't forgive myself if I wasn't there the one time you really needed me. Not even he could forgive that. Vampy may have been to hell and back, but she's still got plenty of enemies here on Earth. I've always wanted to do that. I know she would have waited here for me unless she was in trouble. Don't you know where you are? Somehow I've got to find her. This is supposed to be God's house. Before it's too late. But I guess he doesn't live here anymore. Either that, or he's got a wicked sense of humor. Who the hell are you? What are you doing here? What does it look like? Saving your ass. Skull's the name. Scold's the name. But I guess formal introductions can wait. Funny, you don't look much like the cavalry to me. And I'm no damsel in distress. No vampire saves my... Ah! Vampy! Yeah, if you didn't smell so damn awful, I'd say you were getting a little too fresh. What are these things? Symptoms of a new plague, Vampirella, a necrovirus that reanimates the dead. They feed on energy, not blood. Human or vampire, it makes no difference. We followed you here to warn you and to ask for your help. Help? Why the hell should I help you? This is just a sample of what Zarin has in store for us all. Zarin? Who or what is that? Zarin is our future, Vampirella. You may despise us, but once we're gone, nothing will stand in his way. Imagine all this on a global scale. That's what he plans. And you're here out of the goodness of your heart, right? What's in it for you, Scold? All that's left for us is the promise of reincarnation on Draculon. These things deny us that when they drain our undead essence, storing it like batteries. Zarin himself has absorbed the souls of thousands. Batteries, huh? Interesting. Let's see just how much energy they can handle. Why don't you give that to someone who really knows how to use it? What are you doing? Those damn things don't work anymore. I don't believe it. Energy, that's what Scald said those zombies want. She's leaving us, Scald. Vampirella's left us here to die. There's got to be more here than even they can handle. Get off, you rotten sacks of shit. I just hope that I can take it. Scald was wrong when he said these things don't work anymore. Ah! It's not exactly a leap of faith. More like a calculated risk. Vampy! but maybe a prayer wouldn't be such a bad idea right now, if there was anybody listening. Vampirella, are you okay? Thanks for asking, Lorelei. A little singed around the edges, maybe, but otherwise fine. All this has given me an idea. Lorelei, remember the gun back at the convent? Sure, what about it? Go and get it. It was designed to neutralize vampiric energy. I have a feeling we'll need it. Are you still here? I don't hang out with murderers. I'm no murderer. I've never killed a human being to feed. None who died here tonight did. We've lived like scavengers robbing blood banks, feeding on animals. We were the real outcasts of our race, hiding from you, dodging the Black Pope's bloodsuckers. Now my friends are dead. Lorelei, didn't I tell you to do something? Uh-huh. Get going then. Skuld and I need to have a serious talk. How come I'm the help all of a sudden? Nice hardware, though. Let's hope it works. It does. And so does this. Put that down, you blood-sucking bitch. Who the hell are you? I live here. You die here. I don't know what you're... Yeah! Not possible. There was a cross on that bolt. Why aren't you burning up? You're behind the curve. All that iconic crap is obsolete. You're lucky I'm in a hurry. Bite me. Maybe next time. All I want now is the gun. And that's all you've got, bat bitch? 'Cause I've got its power pack, and the gun's got a tracer on it. Maybe you can run, but you can't hide. Evolution has caught up with vampires. We're losing our old weaknesses, but it's an unpredictable process. I can handle a cross, but sunlight is still fatal to me. And the Zarin character, what about him? He's more like you than... You really think so? You really think so, do you? That's hardly surprising. Who? It's him. Zarin! After all, we are rather closely related. Not that there's much of a family resemblance. So you might be forgiven for not recognizing me immediately, Mother. Mother? What the hell are you talking about? You were the first of us, Vampirella. The mother of a new Aquarian race of vampires. How else could I have implemented the psychic vision that brought you here tonight? You did that? Of course, our powers are far superior to unevolved vampires like him. Blood is an obsolete medium. Pure energy is our element. The necrovirus that spawns the Aquarian race can be transmitted any number of ways. Tonight, I used a bomb. But I'm curious to see if I could breed others like myself the old-fashioned way, if you get my drift. Loud and clear, buddy. And if you really think we're that closely related, you're sicker than I thought. I'm a little disappointed in you, Mother. I thought you'd appreciate how lonely it gets at the top of the food chain. But after tonight, we'll have plenty of company. The bomb I planted in the church was simply the prototype of a much larger device. I possess the means to create millions more like me. New York's human population will soon be extinct. But don't worry unduly about it. One death is a tragedy. 1 million is simply a statistic. You'll understand that too, Mother, once I've made you one of us. To be concluded. Don't be left out of the party. Celebrate Vampy's milestone with these hot collectibles. There you go. There's the Tim Sale alternate, the Alan Davis, Mark Farmer alternate, and the Bruce Timm alternate. $9.95 and shipped right to your house in a protective bag and board. And you get all 3 of them for $25. No ash can, though, this time. Blood type. Long hot summer. August really heated up this year with our Panther model accompanied Harris' intrepid team to the 1999 San Diego Comic-Con. The old days. Conventioners' hearts were set ablaze when she showed off her style and threads to onlookers there and in Chicago. Hats off to Legionnaire Extraordinaire Terry Sanders, unlike the dim-witted Harris folk. Terry actually remembered to bring a camera. Editor David Bogart tries to catch Panther's eye with his manliness. Panther looks away, unimpressed. Well, I finally got to meet Terry Sanders. Yep, that's Yoshi's real hair. Panther wows the crowd. Thanks to everyone who showed their support at the conventions. Okay. And there's a picture of Vampy there. Okay, we've got some more. Vampirella X-Men, Judge Dredd, Batman, The Darkness. That happened, I think. Witchblade. That definitely happened. Hellboy, I don't think so. And Daredevil, I don't think that's happened either. Crow Ravenscar's Dresser of Deadly Delights. Okay, that's cool. That's how we were back in the late 90s, guys. And of course, that wonderful statue. Next month, Rebirth Part 3. See Vampy get down in Grand Central Station. Hear the story of Scald's past. Taste the delicious excitement in Vampirella number 20. And let's not forget, Vampirella Monthly number 20 features the final installment in the 30th anniversary trilogy of tales by the comic industry's most esteemed professionals. Don't miss this amazing piece of work featuring the genius of Ty Templeton and Bruce Timm. Then you got some collectibles here. And you still get the Panther ash can. And there's the Scarlet Legion. And the Vampirella website. And here we go. 3 of 3, guys. This is it. A Vamp for all seasons. 2000 calendar. I would like to have that. Oh, wow. Jusco, Joseph Listener, Mark Texiera, Jay Lee, and more. Wow, there we go. Yep. I don't even care if it wasn't the right year. I'd still use it. It totally says 1990. It's always 1999 in my mind. Vampirella and Lust for Life. Ty Templeton story. Bruce Timm artwork. If you don't know who Bruce Timm is, please do that. Go find out. Watch Batman the Animated Series. You'll thank me. Happy birthday, Vampirella. There are a few passages in each boy's life that mark his journey to manhood. The change in his voice, that first attempt to shave. His first kiss with a girl, stolen in secret behind the school football field bleachers. And his first Vampirella comic. Sure, the skimpy outfits on the other female comic book heroes might prepare you for what you'd find in there, but oh, those stories. Supergirl was never like that. Well, now that I'm a grown-up in it, with a deep manly voice and a full manly beard, I've been given the opportunity to write my own Vampy story, to get into her skimpy outfit and get into her brain. It's almost better than stolen kisses behind the bleachers. I only hope I'm man enough to do Vampirella right, but you'll be the judge, dear readers. All I know is she was smiling when I left her, if you know what I mean. One last thing, a tip for any aspiring comic book writers out there. Get Bruce Timm to draw all your stories. No matter what kind of crap you'll write, he'll make you look like a flippin' genius. And there's Bruce Timm. I've had a crush on Vampirella since I was 13 years old, so drawing this story was like a dream come true. What more can I say? Things change. Oh, wow. Hey, he looks just like Batman. All right. As the last survivor of the planet Draculon, I had grown used to living with a kind of loneliness that was once unimaginable. But in the last 24 hours, I found I can't imagine living without Jordan Shepard. Since our eyes met at the gallery party, I haven't left his side. When he asked me to pose for him, I immediately said yes. I had no choice. I'd seen his wonderful paintings and his eyes. Oh, wow, that is wonderful. Some people call love at first sight a chemical reaction, a product of pheromones and biorhythms. But I'm a romantic. I have to believe it's magic. It was that cartoon look that inspired so many young men. Back in the day, they were like, wow, look what was it? Ra's al Ghul's daughter. And, of course, there was Catwoman, Poison Ivy. We just loved that look of the ladies growing up. That's what did it for us back then, guys. That's when we were just young boys. Lust for Life. Bruce Timm, Ty Templeton, David Bogart, and, of course, David Saraceni and Kelographics scans and film output. The women in your work are also gorgeous. Oh, I love these pinups. Stop it. You are mesmerizing and you know it. I had to paint you. And they're not showing off everything. I want to have a quick little rant slide in here. That's what I have a problem with modern porn. I love softcore. I love pinups. And of course, you know that we do adult games on some other channels, but I never think about the adult content itself like as a big deal. Like I go through that and I have fun and I basically put on an act. But my favorite part of those games are the softcore is the poses. Like there's a lot of early stuff that you'll watch, like Swimsuit and the modeling that Playboy used to do, where they would just show the girls modeling different poses. That's good stuff. Like that's good. I think it's classy too, because it shows like a sense of mystery. There's a sense of innocence there, and it's also really seductive, right? It allows a girl to be like feminine, but also kind of, fierce at the same time. Like they're taking control of their body. Hey, this is my body. I'm showing it off, but I'm not showing everything off. This is the parts I want you to see. Like I always love that, because it's just very powerful. It's very, like, I guess you could say feminist in a way, even though that term has been very, very toxified in a way. But yeah, a woman taking control of her body like that and being like sensual and saucy without it just being straight up hardcore porn, I think is great. And I think it's something we are missing in society. Not that I'm against pornography in general. I just think, there was a time when it was a bit more classy and more refined. And I do miss that. Maybe it's because I'm an older guy that grew up with it. I mean, if all you had was the hub growing up, you probably don't understand what it used to be like. And to be absolutely fair to you guys, I barely ever used the hub. Like, it wasn't that interesting to me. There was always more interesting stuff that I found that, wasn't the hub. I mean, because the hub was just pretty much hardcore, right? So that wasn't my thing. Stop it. You are mesmerizing and you know it. I had to paint you. That's what art is all about, The need to reach out and stop a moment with your bare hands. Exactly. I mean, look at that. It's a painting. It's a pinup painting. That's great. Is that all you're going to do with your bare hands, Jordan? Later, I promise. Right now, we're going to capture all the sadness in that beautiful face. But you're not holding your chin up. Sadness. Who remembers what it means? I don't remember ever being sad. Isn't that funny? Stop squirming. I do remember a time when I was this happy, though. When I was young, back home. I remember feeling like this all the time. Indescribably good. Days were filled with music and laughter and playful caresses and warm rains. I loved the rains. It was like no place you'd ever seen, Jordan. I wish I could show it to you, paint a picture in your mind. But there aren't words. Of course, it didn't last. I'm not sure anything does. In time, everything perfect was taken away. Somehow I found a way to go on. An ugly way. I had no choice, but now here with you, I can't find any sadness in my memories, only a sense of how good life was. And how good it is again. It sounds like a dramatic life story. Really, I wish we had more time. But I finished your portrait and the ritual's nearly over. The ritual? The one that captured your soul, Vampirella. The same ritual that captured the souls of the women who lined the walls in those paintings. It's a spell of parasitic magic I learned 600 years ago. I've leached from you your youth, your vitality. Literally trapped it in the very pigments of that painting. And it's all about to flow into me. Sustaining me for another 4 or 5 decades, I should think, once I kill you. I'm sorry, you're quite lovely, but the world is filled with lovely creatures, and I only get this one life. You're joking. You women all ask the same question. No, I'm not joking. I'm 611 years old, and it's time for my renewal. You have to die. I'll be quick. I don't enjoy this. You don't love me? Of course not. You're prey. But you're still hopelessly devoted to me, poor thing. That part of the spell is unbreakable. Why? Why do this? I thought we were to live. The most basic reason there is. I'm sure back home is very charming, but I plan to see the 30th century, my dear, and beyond if I can. So close your eyes and say what you say. So close your eyes and say you want what's best for me. It's better this way. I do, Jordan. I love you. More than anything on earth. More than anything on earth. But not more than the memory of Draculon. Ah! Thanks to your damnable spell, I was ready to give you my life and let you share in the history of your entire world. But my life isn't mine to give. I have a duty to serve for the crimson blood seas and the sunsets of fire and the people of Draculon, because no one else remembers them but me. The end. That was great. Rebirth Part 3. Here we go. The good. Vampirella. Vampy and her companion Lorelei return to Earth with the hope of saving humanity from a new race of vampires impervious to traditional weapons, a menace that Vampy inadvertently created. Scold, one of the last regular vampires on Earth, Scold and his band have never hunted humans. Now he's hunted by Vampirella and the new vampires. His only hope, death. The bad, Zarin, the first of the new vampire race. He's got all the power and strength of Vampirella and none of the heart. He's determined to lead his race to destroy both vampire and human alike. And from the looks of things, Vampirella is his next victim. The rest. Lorelei. After defeating the new vampires, Vampirella sends Lorelei to retrieve the one weapon capable of stopping the enemy. Lorelei's one obstacle. Dixie Fatoni, remember her? Frightened for her friend and mentor, this teenage vampire hunter isn't going to let some vampire take her plasma gun without a fight. Giving up the gun, Dixie sets out to find Lorelei, only to become trapped in ground zero of Zarin's scheme. Grand Central Station. We're too late. The zombies are everywhere. Zarin is won. Vampy, help! Dixie? Damn you, Vampirella. You told me you keep me safe, and I trusted you. Look what you've done to me. What? Where am I? That vision was just a sample of my power, Vampirella. It's something of an acquired taste, but trust me, you'll learn to love it. You'll learn to love me. It ends with you, Zarin. Now! You're dead! Undead, to be precise. I'd say just like you. But you're so inferior, you're not worth my time. You get another chance, Vampirella. Make the right choice this time. I always get what I want, so you might as well relax and enjoy it. Are you all right? I'll live. Probably isn't the best word. He beat me like I was nothing. But you risked everything without a thought. You saved my life. My life is worthless. Yours is what matters. Get a hotel room, you two. Lorelei, you brought the plasma gun. This little baby's gonna fry Zarin's ass. Nice theory. Maybe we can try testing it if you two can tear yourselves away from each other long enough to find the bastard. I've been inside Zarin's head. It felt like I was swimming in a cesspool, but I know where he's headed. And I've got this feeling. There's more at stake here than we know. An explosion? What the hell blew up? Boom! Oh shit, we're too late! He really did it! He's created an army of zombies! If we can't stop them here, they'll overrun the entire city! There are thousands now, but they'll multiply like a plague. By morning, there'll be millions! Hell, I thought they cleaned up the subways. I just hope this gun is all it's cracked up to be. Click! Blam! What? There's no power pack! This piece of crap is useless. Ping, ping, ping! The tracker. I found the plasma gun. Whatever's going on, I bet that bitch vampire who stole the gun's at the heart of it. I'm glad you made it. It wouldn't be a party without a buffet. Oh my god! Vampirella, no! Bon appetit! Oh my god, you're so pathetic, Scold! A sentimental idiot who feeds not on blood, but on dreams of resurrection and some otherworldly paradisic after death. When I'm done, you'll have no more lives on any world. Let him go! You're a disappointment, Vampirella. I see now there's no room for you in my future. Power's where the future is, and your toy, whether gun or club, doesn't hack it. It's a funny thing about power, Zarin. If you really want it, it's not that hard to come by. How's this for power? Lightning tore your zombies apart before. They can't withstand high voltage. But I can. Evil powered by the subway's third rail. Your gun can't stop me, but the sustained charge will fry you. I can smell you cooking, Vampirella. What? Get away from me! You made them hungry for power, Zarin. They absorb it totally, and you are power. Your history, you bastard. And so are your plans. Cause, bitch, I'll kill you! Vampy! I feel like crap, is he? Gone. They're all gone. They couldn't digest pure unconverted energy. You fried them. What about the necrovirus? It was short-lived. The power surge neutralized what was left of it. So there's only our business left to conclude. Scald? You did more than save my life, Vampirella. You saved my soul. I can only think of one way to thank you. Now that Zarin's dead, my life has served its purpose. The souls of the vampires he absorbed have been freed and are finally at peace. I envy them. Earth isn't for me anymore. The vampire's a dying breed here, and good riddance. There's a place where our kind is welcome, but there's only one way to get there. Your kiss of death is everything I could hope for. Send me to the after-death. Finish me. No, I'm through with killing. You're no threat to humanity. Wherever I am, Skuld, you'll always be welcome. Maybe I was a bit hasty, Vampirella. Maybe life has something to offer and... Skak! No! He's... Who the hell did that? It couldn't have been Zarin. Vampy, we're in danger. We gotta get out of here. No more running. No more lies. Monsters like him murdered my family, Vampy. How could you side with him? Dixie? Shut up. I waited and I prayed for you to come back from hell. And when I see how you changed, I just want to vomit. I trusted you, Vampy. I loved you. But you can't be trusted anymore. Goodbye. To be continued. Blood Type will not be seen in its regularly scheduled time, so we can bring you Who's Who at Harris Comics. Ever wonder what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite monthly comic? Look no further. Those who are squeamish or besieged with heart conditions are advised to turn back now, for we are about to expose more than you ever wanted to know about the Harris Comics team. David Bogart, editorial director, known throughout the comics industry as Nice Guy Bogey or alternatively, the kind little elf. David can be seen here working his charm on one of Vampirella's many talented artists. Here, David pals around with artist Kevin Lau. Smile for the camera, Lau. Smile or you'll never work in this industry again. Listen, you worthless shit. Give me those pages now. Vampy, you're my one true love. Mark Tierney, graphic designer. Like the Vampirella layouts, Matt is the man to think. His love and dedication towards the comic knows no bounds. Here's Matt, hard at work, bringing you the finest graphics that modern technology has to offer. Jason Brightman, webmeister. Great websites don't just appear out of nowhere. Jason toils long, hard hours at his computer to keep Vampirella.com looking snazzy and up to date. Does the isolation in cyberspace ever get to him? Not one bit, Jason answers, gnawing happily on his hat. Nicole Wiley, editorial assistant. Seth Biederman, Dark Lord of eBay. Nobody really knows what the hell they do around the office, but when night falls, they sure know how to party. I'm so dreamy. Seth thinks he's dreamy. Okay. The Pantherella. Boy, they don't have that yet. I'm very surprised they didn't do a Pantherella yet. Give them time. Panther Ashcan. Okay, Vampirella Dangerous Games #1. This is a new dawn for Vampirella. We are nowhere freaking near it, guys. And there's going to be a lot of issues before you see Vampirella again. Well, except her role in Armageddon, which I think she has one. I'm not sure. I'll double check and let you guys know. And, of course, the anniversary alternates. Nope, you don't get the ash can. Vampirella is reborn and DF has it covered. Get the alternate cover. There's that darn statue again. Lust for Life. There we go. Of course, yeah, that was digital comics preservation. But okay, guys, that's it. We will see you guys next time with more great comics.